Hey guys, it's Renee and welcome to another episode right here on Revv Evolution's motoring segment. And just like a fresh new t-shirt which you buy from a shopping center, Revv is coming with a whole new way which we bring you our car reviews. And today we're bringing you a new China import from Cycle and Carriage. It's the ORA Good Cat, which is an EV, and it joins the growing list of EV brands coming to Singapore. And we just want to find out how good this EV really is. Right, folks, welcome back to the section or the segment that we call the Incar review right here on Revv Evolution. And also welcome to our brand new format. And why do I say brand new format? Well, if you notice in the early part of the video, we didn't really focus much about standing in front of the car and telling you this is the headline, or going behind and show you, there's a new design and else. Because as a motorist itself, and of course with the way technology has changed in this day and age, with people into hybrids and especially with EVs, we're trying to focus on the more important things for you as a driver. Things like how comfortable is the car? For EVs, what's the range like? How long does it take me to charge my car? All right, and all the more important things like handling as well. Okay, so that being said, the ORA Good Cat is a brand new import, the China import being brought in by Cycle and Carriage. Okay, and I guess when you probably hear the word China, you're going, oh, China car, don't know, good or not, reliable or not, the parts good or not. Okay, folks, I think it's about time you wake up your idea, because China technologies and the way the cars are built have really changed by leaps and bounds, and they're even overtaking continental cars in terms of how cars are being built, and also in terms of technology as well. All right, so that being said, let's now talk about ORA Good Cat. So what I'm going to do is, in a new format, I'm going to call it the reverse review. And why I say reverse review, usually I'll talk about the car, I'll tell you everything about the car, and then I'll jump into the pricing. But so what I'm going to do now is actually tell you about how much this car costs. Okay, once you know how much the car costs, and then once I jump into all the details, you realize that, wow, I'm actually getting so much for the amount of money I'm getting. Okay, which then, to me, it really makes more sense than me talking about everything and then telling you the price. Okay, so here it goes. So how much does the car cost to drive here in Singapore? Well, to drive the car here in Singapore, it costs $171,999. But you want to check with ORA about how much the car costs itself, okay? And in Singapore, when you buy the car itself, the government gives you a rebate, because this car comes under the VES A1 banding, which means you get about $25,000 off, which I think is a really huge savings. Okay, so once again, in terms of pricing, check that out with ORA. They'll give you more accurate details on the pricing itself. Okay, so that being said, so now you know how much the car costs. First of all, let's jump into the interior. All right, let's talk about how the car starts. Okay, in first place, there's no start-stop button at all. Okay, the minute you step in the car with your key, the car goes on automatically, aircon goes on, and everything else, and also the seats adjusted by itself. Okay, and in terms of comfort itself, or interior itself, when you look around the car, as I mentioned, no cheap plastics here. Okay, if you're thinking cheap plastic, no cheap plastics all inside this car. Very well built. We've actually got the whole dashboard here in front of you wrapped in suede, and also we have a leather wrapped steering wheel. Okay, and then for the seats itself, really comfortable seats, not real leather, but synthetic leather, which is really good enough. And to me, it's all about comfort. It's not about whether it's real leather or not. And honestly, the seats are very comfortable for both the driver and passenger itself. And for the driver, you have memory seats, which means that if you have even people driving the car, you can actually program it to the way the settings and everything else. And also on top of that, for the driver, we have massage seats. I'm not kidding you, massage seats, okay, which adds to that real fun and comfort of driving, especially if you're talking about long distance driving. Let's talk about the instrument panel in front of you. Okay, so the whole instrument panel is, like I said, very nicely designed. It comes in two sections basically. One is the driver section and the other one is the info section basically. Both of the sizes are 10.25 inch, and with the driver section, it gives you all the information you need. And what I really love about it is it comes with this because there's a radar in front of the car, it actually shows you all the traffic in front of you. And really nice graphics, I'm not kidding you. Even if a motorbike slots in your way from your blind spot, you can actually see all that traffic right in front of you and giving you, once again, all that important information that you need. Things like how your speed, of course, how much of charge you have left, the distance, and everything else that you really need. Not like in other cars, I'm not going to mention brands, which give you these really huge screens which you don't really need. They're trying to impress you with all these big screens, okay, and also things like LED cameras and also LED armrests. I mean, why the hell would you need all that? All right, so and like I said before, they've put a lot of thought into this car by giving you all the really important things that you need inside the car. It comes with energy recovery. Okay, so you think, what's energy recovery? Well, in other cars they call it engine braking or regenerative engine braking. So it means the minute you let go of the accelerator, the battery charges itself. And with a lot of cars, there's this option that's available in the ORA, which is what I find not available in most of the cars, is the fact that when you let go of the accelerator, it really gives you this whole jarring experience where the car actually pulls back. But with the ORA, you actually have a choice of choosing the strength of the regenerative braking. Okay, they have it in light, normal, or strong. But for me personally, I've kept it in normal, which gives me that really nice, comfortable drive. The minute I let go of the accelerator, as you can see, it coasts nice and slowly. It comes to not say an abrupt stop, but it really coasts nice and slowly, which is what I really want. They also have the power assisted steering. And also, why would you need power assistance? Because this car allows you to choose different modes of driving from your eco, your normal, and sport. So with different modes of driving, of course, you want your steering to react differently. And with the ORA, you have a choice of going between light, also comfort, and sport. All right, so sport is basically what happens when you put the sport. The steering actually gets a bit harder because you're going at higher speeds. You want more control. So it gives you all these different choices. Really, lots of technology, being given to you as a driver. Okay, so now moving on to the entertainment section of the screen itself, which is once again also 10.25 inch. Okay, and my only gripe about that whole screen here, even though it gives you the information that you need from your car management system and everything else, is the fact that it doesn't have a navigation. Okay, so it's as I said, we're telling it straight to you right here. Okay, we're not going to tell you everything good about the car, but we're also going to tell you things that we feel that are missing from the car. And to me, honestly, the thing that I really miss a lot, the fact is it doesn't have navigation system. Of course, they allow you to hook up your handphone. There's Apple CarPlay and everything else, but to me I'd rather have that whole navigation system built in, so I don't have to mess around by hooking up my phone and everything else. Okay, so once again, that's my only gripe that I have about the whole entertainment section. Other than that, I just love the simplicity of the car and the fact that it gives me only the information that I need. Let's talk about how much of charging time and how much of distance this car actually goes. Okay, according to ORA, you get about 420 kilometers on a full charge, which I think is pretty impressive because I know a lot of cars which gives you crappy mileage in terms of distance for the price that you're paying, a whole lot more in fact. Okay, in terms of charging itself, it takes under an hour to get from 0 to about 80% when you charge the car. And of course, you put it on your normal charging, which is slow charge. Basically, it takes about 6 over hours to get it charged. Okay, so that's pretty much the standard when it comes to charging your car. Okay, so now let's talk about safety, which once again really impresses me when it comes to the ORA Good Cat. It comes with 25 safety features. I'm not kidding you, 25 safety features. I'm not going to talk about all 25 features. I'm just going to focus on a couple of the features which I think is very important, and to me it really impressed me in driving the car. First of all, the ORA Good Cat comes with the auto emergency braking system. Okay, which means that, give you an example, I'm driving the car and suddenly you have a pedestrian or cyclist jumps out right in front of you, and the car will actually detect the pedestrian and actually do a so-called emergency brake, okay, to stop you from hitting the cyclist. Another thing that really impressed me is the 360 degree, you're reversing the car, and also when you're cornering, it gives you a 360 view of everything that is happening around you, and it also gives you the footage or the view from the tires itself, which I think is really, really good, which a lot of cars do not give to you. All right. Okay, and also it comes with 7 airbags placed into the car, very strategically placed to protect not only you, the driver, but also your passengers as well. Lane assist works is the fact that, for example, I'm driving my car now, or maybe I'm daydreaming or zoning or something, and my car actually shifts out of the lane. What happens is the minute I actually touch the lines on the road, the car actually gently nudges me back into my lane. All right, and I think that is really, in the way it does it, is really to me, is not too violent, because a lot of cars, when it comes to lane assist, it gets too violent. The minute you hit the line, it really nudges you back into your lane, and if you're not ready for it, once again, you might get a real jarring experience. And in some cars, the lane assist doesn't even work at all. You're crossing the whole lane, and only much later on, then it tells you, oh, you're out of your lane. So like, once again, really impressed with the way the lane assist system works in this car itself. And it also has a lane change assist. All right, so with the lane change assist, what it does do, it actually gives you an idea about when it's safe to change your lanes. All right, so really great technology happening in the car. One of the features which I've actually showcased separately on its own in our Revv in a minute, if you haven't caught it, check it out for yourself, is the intelligent parking assist. Okay, and once again, a lot of car brands are just not getting it right, and I'm talking about some of the really big car brands. Okay, I've tried their intelligent parking system, and what happens is midway during the whole parking assist system, it just stops, or just tells you it just screws up. Okay, but not with the ORA Good Cat. Okay, I've tried it 5 times in a row, and 5 out of 5 it actually parked the car perfectly, no stops at all. Okay, so that's how impressive this system is, okay, when it comes to parking assist. And the other feature which you probably be interested in is the intelligent cruise control. Okay, with smart cornering. Okay, and how the intelligent cruise control works is, once again, you basically kind of dial in the speed that you feel like you're traveling, that you want to travel at, and also the distance between yourself and the car in front. It can go between 4 car distances or less than that. Okay, and what happens is it actually allows you to cruise. The car will actually cruise by itself, and also with lane assist, it makes the car almost, and I mean almost, autonomous, because the fact is it does everything by itself. But of course, you can't do that in Singapore, because the car will allow you to as well, because there's a safety feature. If you take your hands off the car, off the steering wheel for more than 10 seconds, it actually prompts you to put your hands back on. All right. So by the way, autonomous feature, this car is as good as autonomous, but in Singapore as well, and Singapore, it's not legal. All right, so there you go. This being an EV, there's no engine, as you know. So the only thing about it is there's some road noise. Let me just keep it quiet for a second, and you can actually hear it. All right, can you hear that? Okay, so that's basically the wheels moving. So that's the only, I wouldn't say a showstopper for me buying the car, is the fact that the road noise. So there's a bit of road noise. So what? I mean, end of the day is, I'll just pump out a bit of the music, and I'm good. But don't make this a showstopper because you feel like, there's road noise. Because honestly, folks, which car that you buy doesn't have road noise? Okay, so yeah. So the only thing about it is there's a bit of road noise when you're traveling, and especially during rainy days, it really is more obvious. Okay, because it rained a couple of days ago when we were driving it, and it actually, the road noise actually became more obvious. So that's the only thing that I have. So I guess that kind of wraps up all the information I want to give you about the ORA Good Cat. As I said before, I'm trying to keep it to the really important things that you as a driver want to know about. I certainly hope you enjoyed our little review as we check out more cars for you right here on Revv Evolution. Till we catch you again, this is Renee signing off. Right, folks, it's now time to summarize our drive experience with the ORA Good Cat. And I think for us here in Singapore, with rising COE prices, it really boils down to 2 things: pricing, and also how much of a range you are going to get out of your EV. And what I think with the ORA Good Cat, they've really hit a sweet spot in terms of pricing, and especially with all that safety features and technology they're throwing in, which a lot of other brands are charging you so much more. If you're looking for a car which is going to give you an excellent EV ride, I think the ORA Good Cat is a good choice for you to check out. Right, folks, this wraps up another episode right here on Revv Evolution's motoring segment. Do drop us your comments below on what you think about the new ORA and also about our new format. To find out more about Revv Evolution, whether it's about our cars or even our lifestyle, do check out all our social media platforms, especially our new YouTube channel, Revv Evolution X.